So, I have a medical condition called vasovagal syncope. In a nutshell, it means that my vagus nerve is retarded. Typically, people who have this condition from adolescence lose it as they age. When it senses a decline in blood pressure, instead of increasing my heart rate and constricting my blood vessels, it does the exact opposite. This feeds back on itself until my blood vessels are so dilated and my heart rate is so slow that I pass out. Then my reflexes decide to play nice and correct itself. I'm in my early 20s, and I've had less than half a dozen of these episodes. They've only occurred when I was drinking heavily or having blood drawn. Today, I went to my primary care physician, and I had to have blood drawn. I had an afternoon appointment and fasted through breakfast, so I hadn't eaten or drank anything in 16 hours. Right after I had my blood drawn, I had the worst vasovagal episode of my life. I could feel myself burning up, sweating profusely, and going into bradycardia. I did what I was taught to do during an episode. I got out of the chair, laid down on my back on the floor, using my arms as pillows, and put my feet up on the chair to optimize perfusion to my brain. The lab technician called a code, and several nurses came, followed by office workers, for reasons unbeknown to me at the time. The last thing I saw before I passed was my spread out legs on the chair, and my third leg pressing through my sweatpants in between. I woke up outside the clinic. A nurse practitioner told me the following had happened. After I passed out, she had taken my blood pressure and was unable to. She then took my pulse and couldn't find one. For a while, I was clinically dead and sprawled on the ground with an erection. Note, during a vasovagal episode, I experienced vasodilation throughout my body. Meanwhile, the clinic had some sort of ventilation malfunction, and there was smoke coming out of the vents. The office workers had come to the lab to inform us. The fire department had been called earlier, and they arrived, the firehouse is across the street, and evacuated the clinic. The nurses couldn't move me, so the firefighters had to carry me out. I hope they didn't have to use a fireman's carry. The lab space was too small to fit a stretcher. Too long didn't read. Due to a medical condition, my body decided to make my heart stop, and my blood pool in my penis at an unfortunate time and place. Awkwardness ensues. Edit. I just remembered this and want to share. For anyone wondering what dying and possible brain cell loss feels like, it's like an orgasm that's 3 times as pleasurable as your best one. Seems to last for minutes, a long time for a guy, and concludes with your vision fading to black from the outside in. I thought I was ejaculating, and that's why I looked down before I passed. Somebody fucking died in this one.